Well, greetings. We are now at the Valley View Lawn section of Rose Hills Memorial Park. I want you to meet John St. John. He was called Jigsaw because of his amazing investigative ability. This guy was a Los Angeles Police Department officer for more than 51 years. He started as a rookie cop, a rookie patrol officer in 1942. He became a homicide detective a few years at the most after that. One of his first assignments was investigating the Black Dahlia case. That's an infamous case. There's books about that case. It's never been officially solved. I myself think I know who did it, but not officially solved. And John Jigsaw was one of the investigators that helped put the case together and try to figure out who done it. He was responsible. This guy was the one who got enough evidence against William Bonin, B-O-N-N-I-N. He was the freeway killer in the 1980s. Now, if you remember the 1970s, 1980s, there was a lot of serial killers that were loose in California and across the nation. That was the time of Ted Bundy. That was the time of the Hillside Stranglers, the Hillside Strangler case. That was, I'm saying William Bonin fit right in. Now, William Bonin was a guy who was not only a sexual pervert, he was a sadist. I mean, he used to torture and kill boys and young men. But Jigsaw here put the case together against him. He investigated over 1,000 murders in his lifetime, and he has solved more than 65% of them. Now, that's quite a thing. I used to work for a guy in workers' comp who was a homicide detective with the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, and later on he got into workers' comp assignments. But he said that so many cases that he had didn't go solved, and quite often the ones that he solved was a matter of just luck and happenstance. That's what he told me. I wouldn't say the same thing about Jigsaw here. He was named Jigsaw because of his amazing ability to put pieces together and get enough evidence to actually convict them. And he solved 2/3 of the 1,000 murders he committed. Now, there was a book recently published. It was in the making since like 1984, and it was published just a couple of years ago. This book, Jigsaw and Jane. Jane Howatt, 13 Years of Murder and Mayhem with badge number 1. Now, she rode with him on to many places. She was a school teacher who decided to get into writing, and she actually managed to get the ear and the company of the great Jigsaw. Now, Jigsaw he had such a reputation that there was actually a 1976 television series named after him, Jigsaw Jane. It didn't last more than, I think, 5 months, starring Jack Warden as Jigsaw Jane, but it was inspired by the cases he actually worked. And I'm going to put a link to this book because it's a fascinating read. And if Miss Jane Howatt is listening to this video, watching this video right now, I want to congratulate her on a job well done. I mean, she was like 40 years in getting this book published, and it was published after Jigsaw's death in 1995. The poor guy finally died from complications of cancer. Not only did she shadow him as a writer, an investigative writer, they became very good friends. She used to go over to his house and play with his kids. He used to go to her house, play with her kids. They used to go on vacations together and fishing trips. But part of getting her used to his world was he took her to some places that I myself wouldn't want to go. He took her to the Los Angeles County morgue, where she saw hundreds of corpses. He was in constant communication with her as he was working on the freeway killer case. And William Bonham, the guy who committed all those murders, eventually he was executed. He also investigated the William Bradford murders, and he got evidence against William Bradford and conviction. William Bradford eventually died of natural causes while on death row. He took Jane to San Quentin prison. Yeah, as I said, they first met together in November of 1982 at a restaurant, and she was kind of talking smack about him, just wondering what he looked like. She was there with her husband. She's saying, what does this guy look like? Does he look like Columbo? What exactly? Turned out that he was sitting right next to her at the bar listening to the whole embarrassing conversation. He laughed about it. They all laughed about it later. But yeah, I'm going to leave a link to this book. This guy was the stuff of legend, real legend. His wife died in 2002, just a few years after he did, but he was faithful to her. She was faithful to him. And great man, great man. LAPD lost one of their greatest when he died. But yeah, get the book. And here I'm going to put a stone by his grave. Jigsaw, Super Sleuth. Mr. Jigsaw, rest in peace. And thank you for your service to the city of Los Angeles and to humanity. You got some serious bad scum off the street, and we'll ever be thankful for that.